Hi everyone, Grant K here for the Flame Premium Learning channel. In the previous video, we looked at a lot of functionality in the media panel. We also saw how the media panel can have a big influence on the way you use the various workflows in Flame Premium. We'll now focus specifically on the library section of the workspace. With the redesign of Flame Premium a few versions ago, the nature of the library has changed significantly. The library is still the location in the workspace where you store and manage all your work. You have the option to save individual components, but you also have the ability to save every component in a single location. So to save all your work, you save the desktop. As a reminder, the desktop environment or entity contains all the core creative components of your work in progress. So looking at the library, a single desktop can contain one or more batch groups and reels groups. The batch group contains batch setup, schematic reels, shelf reels, iterations, and media. The reels groups can also contain media such as conforms, sequences, versions, and masters that are independent of batch. This keeps everything together, making it easier to track any work saved in the library. From watching the video on saving, loading, and deleting, you know it's possible to save the desktop, but also save individual components. When you do this, you can place them within a folder structure that meets your production pipeline. As one of many examples, you could place multiple batch groups in a folder. Or perhaps you decided to rearrange your media in the different reels. You can even manually rearrange the order of the clips within a reel. If you load this reel to the current desktop, the changes that were made are reflected in the reel. So this is a great connection between the library and the desktop. But there are some extra points that I would like to bring to your attention. All types of reels do not support a substructure. In other words, you multi-select a bunch of reels or folders in the library. When you drag this to a reel, the hierarchy is flattened and all the clips are added to the single reel. This is different in the library. When you drag a folder structure via the Media Hub, the library is capable of maintaining the folder structure. This is the reason why the library is so much more useful as your main tool for media management and organization, as opposed to using the desktop. Now, depending on the production requirements, the library can become very large. And when you are dealing with so many elements, at some point in time, there is the potential to run into memory management issues. This is the same for any application. To better manage the available memory, you can create multiple libraries. So you can store elements in one library that you don't use all the time. For example, you might keep all the conform sources in one library, reusable graphic elements in another, and compositing work in the third. Aside from just visually managing your project with multiple libraries, you have the ability to open and close them. You can identify a closed library by its grayed out library icon. To open a closed library, start expanding it in the media panel. You can also access the open and close options by selecting a library and calling up the contextual menu. When you close a library, it frees up memory for other operational tasks. If you gesturally drag a desktop to a closed library, it will eventually open and you can save the desktop. But if you choose a closed library in the Save Destination options and click the Desktop Save button, it will also open the closed library and save the desktop. But one small benefit is when multiple libraries are closed, it actually speeds up the starting time of the project. The same principle of opening and closing is applied to multiple batch groups in the desktop to manage memory and performance. For existing Flame and Smoke Advanced artists, the libraries should be more flexible and versatile compared to previous versions. Coming next, we talk about collaborative workflows with shared libraries. Comments, feedback, and suggestions are always welcome and appreciated. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to the Flame Premium Learning channel for future videos.